We got a bull out a couple days ago, so this is our first time going back in. And we've got a new bull that showed up on camera. It was the other bull's like little offspring or something. Had some same characteristics. That's our target bull, but really just any bull with a lot of points, that's what we're going after. And so far this season, just not a lot of bugles. Just some faint bugles, but they're just not going nuts yet. The weather's been fairly warm in the afternoon, a little chilly in the morning, but not enough to get them fired and off yet. All right, we dove off the main road. We're gonna take this side road up to the ridge here, do some side hilling. We just hiked up to the top here. I'm gonna send out a couple bugles, see if we can't get something to fire off, because we have no idea if there's any elk around here. It's a little breezy, but it's pretty consistent. Very rarely does that work lately. They haven't been bugling a bunch. We're gonna get one of these suckers to fire off. I switched up my pack again this morning. That heavier pack is just burning out my feet, so I switched to this lighter pack. I'm only going, 20-30 minutes from the camp at most, so if I get one down, I can easily run back, get the other pack with the game bags and the knives, get the dog, get my buddy, get a tarp, because I have a tarp with me. But looks like we're gonna get some rain this afternoon. So this lighter pack is a Sitka pack, but just a day pack. Should be all I need. But one of the only problems with this setup is I don't have a great spot to put the gun. I'm almost thinking about going no gun today, even though we've got a kill over here. There could be some bears on it. I haven't seen any bear activity in the area at all. So I've got this big old 10mm. Look at this sucker. Sucker's huge. I don't know, I might swap it for the 45 and bring it with me. It just keeps clicking on my radio right here. Look at this, click, click. You know what, I'm just gonna leave it. I'll fight them off with my bare hands if I have to. Got my Rocky Mountain call here, my Rocky Mountain bugle tube. Alright, I just found another rub. This is a pretty good one. It looks super fresh. There's a lot of branches on the ground that are still green. I scraped my knife on it and it's pretty much the same color. Take a look at this. I can't even reach the top. But yeah, there's some branches on the ground here. Look at it, it's still green. Nice and fresh. Oh yeah, this might have been this morning or last night. With any luck, I'll have them on the camera here. I just checked the camera like 100 yards that way, and there was a cow about an hour and a half ago. I'm gonna try to do another bugle from this spot, just to make sure nothing wants to party. Super sick spot here, guys. I'm gonna try to rip out a bugle. Got some snow last night. It's been a big weather system all morning. Got rained on this morning. Everything got soaked. Dried everything out and it cleared up a bit, so headed back out. I've been ridge running a bit. Ran into a bedded moose a few minutes ago. The elk may be bedded too. It's about noon right now. But it's overcast. It's intermittent rain. Had to carve out this shelter right here. Just had to break a bunch of branches here so I could squeeze in. But it's got some great canopy right here. I could put up a little tarp right here if I needed to, if it really started raining. Guys, I don't know where these elk are. I had a huge bull on my camera again yesterday morning at 8 a.m. Man, if something answered that, sure would be awesome. Alright, we're getting to some pretty open areas. Looks like we can do some glassing from up here. Maybe try to visually locate some, because they're not really bugling this morning very well. So we'll just try to glass up some areas and see if we can't find a big herd, or at least a big bull. Man, they are just not wanting to bugle this morning. It's like 25 degrees out. It's our first real frost of the season. Man, you would think that would set them off. About to dive off this little mountain here, across this little creek. Guys, this is some steep terrain right here. We found a game trail. Nice. This is the creek we're trying to cross right here. We're gonna jump up the other side. Alright, I made it down to the creek. Got a little swampy, not too bad. Everything's a little frozen, so I didn't sink down very much. But yeah, take a look at this creek crossing. So we're just chasing them in circles. We tried deer hunting them last night. Just went in silent, sat still in a spot that there was plenty of elk coming to. That turned into nothing. I ended up leaving my bugle there, my bugle tube. We were just sitting there deer hunting them, so I had to get comfortable. Took my bugle tube out and just left it there on the ground. So we're gonna run back in, grab that bugle tube. I'd say since I've been here, the 24 days hunting, I've maybe heard 2 or 3 good bugles. That's it, guys. 24 days, 2 or 3 really good bugles. The one we killed, he did a good bugle, and then he got shot. My buddy showed up, killed one within a couple days. That elk bugled maybe one time really quiet. That's how we kind of knew he was there. It wasn't even a full bugle. And then he gave us a real good bugle. We got in position, and he came right on in. And so it doesn't take much. They don't need to be very vocal. It would help if they're vocal. It would help if we run in there and, you know, they're sparring and bugling and going nuts and there's cows making noise. But, you know, you can't count on that every time you go elk hunting, or really any time. You gotta have plan A through Z lined up. And whatever your plan A is, you might as well throw that one out the window. That's very unlikely gonna work. We're on plan, I don't even know. We're on the Greek alphabet now. Pipe, why are you eating all that grass? Have not seen one grouse on this trip. We got into some sage grouse, but no mountain grouse. No ruffed grouse, no blue grouse. Hey, with any luck, we'll hear a bugle. with a lot of luck, we'll see one. And I don't know, it's gonna take a culmination of everything. We're gonna get one down. Fortunately for the critics, I don't have my bugle tube, or else I would bugle right here. Guys, I can't see my shirt. It's a little premature. It's one of my best spots right here. Got a bunch of cameras, bunch of bulls regularly. This is where we deer hunted last night. Deer hunted elk. I left my bugle tube. Boy, when I get a hold of that bugle tube, these elk are screwed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna push them, then we're gonna flank them. We're gonna push them that way, and flank them. We're gonna outsmart these suckers tonight. You're not gonna believe this, but I have not got one yet. So we're going back in for an evening hunt. Got a nice spot picked out. New spot we're going to. Should be like a crevice between two steep peaks, and hopefully it'll open up a little bit for us. There's no signs of wildlife down the crevasse. Super sick walk though. This canyon is so cool. Big old rock face behind me. Definitely a horse trail if you're going like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 miles deep. That's gonna be the ticket. This stuff, we did about 2 miles and there's just nothing. It's just, I don't think there's a lot of elk around here. Not in this immediate canyon. It's 10:30 at night. I'm out here trying to locate some elk. They're not bugling during the day, so I figure let's try them at night. Well, so far I don't hear anything. It's pretty quiet out here. All right, guys, I can tell y'all without any doubt that did not work. Pipe, we're gonna go try another spot. All right, you guys, it just happened. This is my second spot I just pulled up. I rolled down the window, turned off the truck. Been sitting here for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and I just heard a bull elk noise. It was a bugle, kind of a, half chuckle, half bugle, kind of faint, right in this direction, right where we found him the other day. That's awesome, you guys. If I don't hear anything else, the plan's gonna be just to sneak in there early in the morning, try to get a beat on him. I didn't bugle at all at that spot, so I don't want to mess him up. I don't want to move him around. But I'll get in there early and see if I can hear him bugle again. All right, the good news is I found where this giant bull has been living. The bad news is that I busted him out of here like a gosh dang freight train. But take a look at this terrain. I knew he had to be in here somewhere. I've been looking all over for these guys. I came across this thick deadfall in here. This is the type of place they hang out all day. I did some cow calling from about 70, 80 yards up the way here, so he heard me coming, and then he must have caught my wind. The wind is a little shifty, And so he must have caught my wind and he just bolted out of here. It sounded like a giant bull running through the timber. I mean, look at all this nasty stuff where he beds down. There's no easy way in and out of here, folks. You're going to make some noise getting in and out of here. That's why they're bedding here. He went that way. I don't know if it's worth going after him. I don't know if that's a good technique. I mean, he clearly busted. He just broke everything on the way out. There's some fresh scat over here where he was hanging out. But yeah, looks like this is where they're bedding down during the day. I mean, look at the nastiness here. This morning was just a nothing burger. I walked it out, found some good areas where we got on them a couple days ago. Bunch of nice rubs, but some fresh scat. But man, this is where he was, right here. I mean, I found him, but man, he ran off. I don't know what I can do with that. Look how nasty. Look at this. This is nuts, guys. I can't even find where I just was. This place is so thick. Here's where he was bedded down. Guys, that is so fresh. Look at this one. Super fresh. So this is the direction he ran. I'll follow it for just a moment. But he must have ran down to a spot that's even safer than this. I guarantee he had a plan. If something goes wrong here, he's gonna bolt down there where nothing can get him. It's late in the day. It's been such a slow hunt. I had my guard down just a little bit. I wasn't expecting a big bull to be bedded down 40 yards in front of me. This guy seemed like he was by himself. If I can avoid running him out of the whole area, I'll try to hunt him between here and there, like this evening, maybe in the morning. Yeah, he just barreled all over this stuff. Approximately 4:30. It's quiet out. It's about 55 degrees. We're expecting some weather to roll in on Sunday. Today's Friday. Had a lot of elk in the back behind the camp here. Maybe 4 or 5 days ago. They usually don't stay away too long. And it was about 4 bulls, one really nice one, 2 pretty good ones, and one kind of small, maybe a rag. I'm gonna bring the gun now. Got the 10mm. I've had a bear on camera. I don't know if it's a black bear or a brown bear, but either way, I've got bear spray, and now I'm carrying the 10mm. You know what, guys? I think tonight's gonna be the night. I'm gonna sneak in there like a ninja or like an Indian. I'm gonna do the Mohican sneaking. Check the wind again. Okay, it's not blowing much. It's going that way and that way a little bit. My plan is I'm gonna creep in from over here. I'm gonna go way around. I might sneak in on them through the thicket somehow. I mean, hopefully the wind doesn't swirl and blow my cover. But my guess is that there's elk back there. That's gotta be where they're hiding. I've checked all over here, all over there. There's a guy killed a moose over here. I think the elk are over here. So that's where I'm going. I just came up here to watch the moon rise. It was incredible. This is a full moon tonight. The way it rises over these mountains, just spectacular. Anyway, September is by far my favorite month. The hunt tonight, I did the Mohican sneaking. I was sneaking through that thick timber. I saw elk broadside at 20 yards. I assume it was a cow. I could see the full body. I was like, man, brown. I think they heard me, and then they may have smelled me. They took off. Not crazy, not like a bat out of hell, but just kind of ran off. I think it was a couple cows. The plan is now I got to go back to the camp and make some food. Sage grouse is not the best eating, you guys, compared to the mountain grouse, which are really a delicacy. The sage grouse, big sage chickens, they're good size. I've got a recipe for these sage grouse that I'm going to cook up. It's the same as my duck recipe. I use it on waterfowl and grouse. It's a home run, you guys. It's Montreal steak, shallots, rosemary, and olive oil. Marinate that for just a couple hours and then sear it super hot in a skillet. And oh my gosh, you guys, so good. As rare as you dare. Why are you being so loud? But yeah, the full moon tonight, guys. These elk are going to be up all night. I had them on cam the other day at like 6, which is pretty early, then at 5. Now we got them on 4 on camera at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So the moon out front is just super cool. Let me see if I can spin this around. All right, Pipe, made it back to camp. Huh, you ready to cook some dinner? Man, that moon was awesome tonight, you guys. People are always asking out. They're always asking, they're like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? I'm like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. All right, I've had a bull on camera between 4 and 4:30, 2 days in a row, same camera. I wish I knew which camera it was. There he is. God, he was hanging out there all day yesterday. 9:29, 4:08 is this picture. Look at this. That was 4:08. Here's another picture of him. 4:20. It's a tough, everybody's like, yeah, you should just sit those spots. Well, I'm gonna have to build a blind or something, you guys. Should I bring a saw and start doing construction work in there? Man, I can't be sawing around in there. All that scent, the smell of fresh cut timber, that'll really get them on edge. That concludes the 2023 archery elk season here in Wyoming. I did not get one.